Okay, welcome to Free Association. My name's Dennis, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning actually now. Still pretty much wide awake, so I would have been awake if the conversation with Mitzi had happened. She wasn't feeling very well, so she didn't want to do an interview or a conversation, so she's doing her own thing, which is fine. Listening to various reports of Elon Musk and what he's up to with DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, and I watched a press conference that he did at the White House, at the Oval Office, which lasted about 25 minutes or so, and he was there with one of his children. So he had a little boy sat on his shoulders for most of it, or stood in front of him, or doing whatever the boy wanted to do, basically. But he was on his shoulders by the end, and he's on his shoulders at the beginning. So they're conducting an audit, is what they're doing. It's not a takeover. It's not a coup. It's an audit. People get audited all the time. Businesses get audited all the time. Councils get audited all the time. Governments get audited all the time. It's a normal part of human life. Teachers get audited all the time. It's just a basic performance review. There's nothing complicated going on here at all. But there's so much corruption in the department that they've been looking at that it makes it look like it's a takeover, but actually it's not. It's just putting things in the right category so they can audit things properly. That's all they're doing at the moment. Anything that's missing a category needs to have a category and a comment to describe what the payment's for. That's just normal, basic accounting practice as far as I can tell. So I'm not worried about that at all, although I do know people who are very worried about it, on Facebook in particular. But I'm not. I think that's normal business practice. It's a normal way of doing things. I don't see that that's a major issue. If there hadn't been misuse of public funds, then it wouldn't be as much of an issue. But lots of things are going to have payments stopped until they can be put in the right category. And lots of things are going to have payments stopped until the DOGE team figure out what's going on. So I don't think that's anything to worry about. I think it's, by the looks of it, it's going to save about $1 trillion, which is half of the government debt. So you can reduce interest rates and reduce inflation by just reducing the debt, and it'll make the United States a better place if they allocate this money properly, or allocate it, properly, with a category and a comment, and knowing where it's going and what it's doing and what return on investment you're going to get. Return on investment isn't that complicated. It's just like, what benefit do you get from it? And they're always talking about what benefit does the United States get for all the money. So it was all soft power, basically. It's a big soft power operation, an influence operation overseas, but it doesn't bring much tangible benefit. It's all diplomacy and influence in elections and all that sort of stuff. So there's no direct benefit for the United States. It's all indirect. So what will happen is they'll close down FEMA a little bit, and they'll close down the USAID department pretty much completely, and they'll take a look at the Treasury, and that'll downsize considerably. So a lot of things are going to downsize about 80% if Elon Musk's track record at Twitter's anything to go by. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. He's done a good job at Twitter. Despite a lot of hostility, he's got it functioning reasonably well, and a lot of freedom of speech. Maybe not complete freedom of speech, but there's a lot. And it's making $1 billion profit a year, more than $1 billion profit a year. So an operation that was making 600 million is now making over $1 billion, which means it'll be paid for in 25 years. Everybody will get their money back. You may not want to keep it for 25 years, but at the rate that he's making a profit at the moment, it's going to be about 25 years or maybe more before everybody gets their money back. So presumably the Fidelity investment fund or whatever it was that put up half the money is going to want to be paid first, and then Elon Musk will take his share after that. I would imagine that's how it works. Or maybe they just divide it up equally, I don't know. But it's normal business practice, all of this stuff, so it's nothing to worry about. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say, really. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again soon.